Today we have the Redragon Zeus H510 headset in white. It looks super similar to the HyperX Cloud 2s that we reviewed a while back. So does it match up to the comfort level? Is the audio as good? And how is that microphone? In this video, we're gonna find out right now.
I'm running out of time, every day goes by so fast. And every moment counts, baby, I don't wanna miss a thing. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, or hang out in hotel bars, driving somewhere in your car. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, under the stars.
Hey guys, this is Betty from Switch and Click, and today we're finally branching out into headsets. But we did do a mouse and a headset review a long time ago, and I'll link those on the cards over here if you're interested in looking at those. But Redragon did send us out this headset, the Redragon Zeus version 2 H510 in white. And I've been testing it out the last couple of days. I know we showed it off on our Instagram page, but I've been using it, listening to music, not playing games on it because that's not what I do, but I have been using the microphone, and we're gonna find out if it's good or if it's worth it or not. All right, so first, what's in the box? The box itself looks pretty nice. It's all black. It has a picture of the headset on the front. It has the picture of everything that's included in the box as well. And of course, you get the headset in the box. You also get a 3.5mm aux cord that goes from the headset to your phone. If you're doing that, that's the one that I've been using the most. And one benefit about this headset is that it does have a detachable port on the headset itself, unlike other headsets that I've used so far. Alongside that, it also comes with a detachable microphone. So if any of these parts do break, you can replace them really easily. The microphone has a windscreen that you can take off and put back on if you're not into that. It also comes with a aux cord to a splitter. So it ends at the 1 and then it becomes 2. If you want to plug it into your PC and use the audio and the microphone without having to plug in the USB, this is what you'll go with. Alongside this, it also has a sound control box that attaches directly to the headset and then ends in a USB port that plugs straight into your computer. This is really convenient for controlling the volume on the headset without having to go into the audio settings into your PC. It's also really useful for muting the audio or muting your microphone, especially if you're in game and you don't want to switch windows around. Alongside this, you have a carrying bag. It's not super high quality or anything, but it does get the job done. You can throw all of the accessories inside and seal it up. It also has a manual that I haven't looked at too closely because it is a plug and play headset. There's not much reading on it that you need to do. And of course, it's Redragon, so you get that sticker as well if you want to rep them. Say Redragon, of course, on a that's it, it's a Redragon sticker. All right, so let's jump into the overall design of the headset. So overall, the look is actually very similar to the HyperX Cloud 2s, except the cushions here are much thicker. And it looks really good on my head overall. You can see that I did need to extend the arms a little bit to put it on. It looks a little bit bulky, but I can say that it's fairly comfortable to use, especially for long periods of time. So the colors definitely look good together. It has a white main color with a rose gold accent, especially on the metal parts of the headset. The black version is black, and I believe the accent colors are red. So if you're into black and red, you know, you can always pick that up, but I really like this colorway a lot more than just simple black and red because that's overdone often. There is the Redragon logo on the top of the headband and also on each ear cup as well. It's pretty subtle though, and it looks sort of cool, especially with the silver design on the ear cups. Alright, so build quality, the top of the headband is made out of pretty thin fabric and it's stitched together to the other color on the sides. Unlike the HyperX Cloud 2s where the stitching is directly into the headband itself, this stitching is on the side, and I believe over time it's probably prone to some kind of rip or tear or something like that. But I've been using it quite often and so far so good. Nothing's wrong with it. I even dropped it this morning when I was picking it up off of my table to connect it to my phone, and it survived. I heard a large, I don't know, drop sound, but no breaking or anything like that. So props to this headset. I don't usually drop my headsets, but sometimes it just happens. So the headband is connected to the ear cups via these two plastic parts here, and I believe that's the first point of failure in this headset. It's very similar to the HyperX Cloud 2s where they have metal parts, except the metal parts connect to the plastic parts via plastic parts and screws, which are prone to breakage, especially if you're dropping these or extending them and really testing the waters with the plastic pieces. They're held together by little screws. There's 2 screws on each side, and then with the metal adjustable headband to the ear cups, you also have 1 plastic piece on each side that's connected to a screw as well. So 2 point of failures here so far, but on the bright side, they did add a detachable port for the microphone and the cable. So if either of those break, they're pretty easy to repair. I have a feeling these will probably last a pretty long time. The headband itself is super flexible. You can extend it all the way out, and then of course you can twist it all the way in. It's pretty much really flexible. You can twist it whatever which way, and there's no creaking, there's no cracking whatsoever. One thing that I did have a problem with is that the clamp is really tight straight out of the box, and because the cushions are so thick, it sort of created some kind of vacuum-like feeling, and I didn't like that very much. But I'll talk about that later when we hit the comfort section. So the cushions themselves are pretty foamy. They are quite a thick and dense memory foam, but they will squeeze in quite a bit. So the audio isolation isn't too bad. If someone's talking or something, I sort of know that they're talking, but I can't really make out what they're saying. It's a super solid headset, I would say. The braided cables are very nice. They show no sign of any kind of wear or tear. Even if I accidentally roll my chair over them, which I have a tendency to do because some of these cables get pretty long. The microphone arm is also really flexible and bendable as well. I don't really see that breaking in any time soon either. So overall, it's really solid. It's high quality. It's really sturdy feeling. There's a few points of failure that could happen in the very, very distant future, but if you take care of your headset, I think it's gonna last you quite a long time. So as far as the cables go, I've been using mostly the 3.5 to 3.5 millimeter aux cable pretty much, and that's because I use it primarily for my phone. I do not like the USB card at all because it's pretty heavy, and if you plug it in, it plugs in on the left side. So when you plug it in, it's sort of heavy and it dangles on the left side of your body, and it sort of pulls down that left side just a little bit. It doesn't have a clip on the back so that you can put on your shirt or your shorts or something. So there's no extra slack there. It's just sort of annoying to me. So I like to use the 3.5 to 3.5, and I just plug that straight into my computer since I haven't really been using the microphone at all. Or I connect it to this external sound card that came with the HyperX Cloud 2s, and that gives it a little bit more slack and a little bit more room to work with, and that's probably why I've been rolling it over with my chair. As far as comfort goes, it's an extremely lightweight headset coming in at about 330 to 340 grams, depending on if you're connecting the USB card or the braided cable or any of those additional parts in the microphone as well. The ear cups are ovular, except they have square looking corners, and this is all right. However, I find that with my earrings, it sort of just gets caught into the foam. If they were more circular and provided more space for my ear area, I think that wouldn't be a problem. But if I sort of lodge my ear in that gap, then it's okay. So they're quite comfortable. They really compress when I put them on. So about that clamp feeling, out of the box, the clamp is pretty strong, I would say. I have a relatively small head as well. So what I did was overnight, I kept it in a extended position on a foam roller that we have. So I just kept it there like this overnight, and then now it's sort of looser and it has a lot more give. Before, it was just stuck in its closed position and it needed a little bit of force to open, but now it's quite flexible and it's a lot more comfortable on my head now. I've been using it primarily to edit videos for one and listen to music, and that's been it. I've used the microphone a few times just to test around with the audio, but I do have an external microphone, so I don't really see a need to use it. But we will be doing a complete microphone test at the end, along with sort of in like a stream-like environment where I'm talking to somebody and I'm using my keyboard for some reason, like in a meeting or on Discord or something like that. So even in Texas, it's fairly hot here and we keep the temperature at around 80 degrees. I didn't really feel any heat when using them to edit for long periods of time. I didn't feel any hot spots. I think the max I wore it was about 3 hours-ish, but they're really comfortable. I personally don't see myself replacing my Cloud 2s with this headset. However, if I didn't have my Cloud 2s and I only had this, I probably would stick with these for a pretty long time. Not only do they look good, but they also feel good and they sound good. So as far as working the headset goes, it's very simple. It's a plug and play headset, no software required. Depending on what you're connecting it to, you have your choice of different wires and cables. It pretty much connects to anything on the box. It says it's compatible with your phone, your PC, your PS4, and probably Xbox as well, although I haven't really tried all those, but I can assure you it works with phone and PC. So as far as noise isolation, it doesn't block out too much. It does block out ambient noise mostly, and if someone's talking to you, you can sort of make out what they're hearing, but not really. But you can tell they're talking to you, so that is a bonus. So as far as the sound quality goes, the bass is very strong. If you're listening to rap or hip hop, EDM, anything with a very loud bass, you get that in your ear very nicely. The volume is really good. I haven't had to go over 20 on my PC. At max volume, I mean, I don't even want to put them on. You can hear them from across the room at max volume just out of the headset if you just keep the ears open. Definitely don't be listening at max volume because you'll probably go deaf at a very early age. Don't do that. So I listen to a lot of different music genres with them, from rock, soul, hip hop, jazz, lo-fi, which is my favorite, pop songs, chain smokers, things like that. And it performed really well in all areas. I would say the highs were really good and the lows were really good, and the mids, maybe with male vocals, it seemed a little bit lacking there. The stereo is really nice. You can distinguish which ear the sound's coming from. So it's very well-rounded. It's got a lot of bass. I don't play games, but I'm assuming with a lot of bass and the highs being as good as they are, you're probably gonna be able to hear those footsteps and those grenade tosses and those gunshots around the corner or whatever you need to hear when you're playing a competitive game where you need a headset on. Overall, listening to music is really nice with them. All right, so time for the microphone. The microphone can move very freely. Make sure that you connect it to your headset in the correct orientation. I connected it the wrong way the first time and it didn't pick up my voice at all. It picked up everything else around me. But then I realized it was the wrong way, so I flipped it over. And when I did, it actually sounds really good. you get a lot of noise cancellation of the things going on around you. So if I was reading something, that'd be quite crisp. And if I was using a more quiet keyboard, it would dampen some of that noise. However, I did do my, I guess, microphone test while I was typing with the drop Holy Pandas, and those are quite loud, as you know, and you can definitely hear all those sounds from the mic when you're talking. So if you're streaming with this headset and this microphone, I don't recommend you use a loud keyboard like that. Definitely go on the quieter side, and then you'll probably be fine and don't have to worry about people in your audience complaining about the noise, complaining about your keyboard sounds and things like that. One thing that I really liked about it is that it didn't pick up any of my breathing, or like when I go and take a breath, or if I'm breathing through my nose or things like that. I know my Blue Yeti, when it's quite sensitive, it does pick up those sounds, and I think that's really unpleasant to hear, especially when someone's in the heat of the moment and they're really excited about what's going on, and there's a lot of breathing going on, and I don't like hearing that. I know it's a bodily function, everybody breathes, but I don't need to hear it. So compared to the HyperX Cloud 2s, the microphone on this is way better, a ton better. In fact, I would say the audio on this is probably better as well. Would I recommend you buy this headset if you're looking for a headset that's sort of budget friendly and affordable? Absolutely yes. I really like the microphone. It's really crisp. I love that it has a detachable cable and a detachable microphone as well. That just makes it more future-proof and prevents things from breaking, and if they do, then it's still okay. The comfort is quite high. The overall look is really good for me. I give this headset probably a 9 out of 10, especially at its price point. Sure, it's not as comfortable as the Cloud 2s, but I think if you just change these cushions out into something a little bit thinner, it's perfect. If you break them in, that'd be great as well. So really comfortable, no neck strains, no hot spots. It's just the cushions are a little bit too thick for my liking. And if this were my only headset, I would absolutely wear them all the time. Let's jump into that microphone test right now. This is a test of the Redragon Zeus H510 white headset, and I'll be reading a paragraph that I wrote on Switch and Click. What are red switches? Red switches are mechanical switches that are linear and have no tactile bump along its key press. The movement is smooth throughout with no extraneous distractions. They are typically lightweight and are recommended for use in gaming due to their quick actuation. Red switches come from a variety of different switch manufacturers, and they vary subtly. And now this is me typing. So that was the microphone test. I know I read something a little bit silly, but you know, that's what it is. And the background keyboard sounds were the drop Holy Pandas. I know, super loud, but overall, do I recommend you buy this? Yeah, absolutely. It's really nice. I'm shocked at the quality of some of these Redragon products. I know we went to Micro Center the other day and I actually saw Redragon stocked on their shelves, which is pretty amazing to see. I like what they're doing, and I like their new colorway. It's nice and refreshing seeing something that's not black and red. Yeah, if you're interested in checking out this headset and reading about it and all that jazz, check out the links in the description box down below. Also, make sure you follow us on Instagram at switch_and_click for more behind the scenes, sneak peeks at what products we're reviewing, what we're getting in the mail, reels, mini vlogs, things like that. So a lot of fun, exciting things. Thank you for watching. I know this was a little bit awkward, not really good with headsets. We're trying some kind of new lighting thing going on, but anyways, I'll see you in the next one.